The galaxy was silent after the attack. The stars still burned, but one human colony was gone. The alien fleet drifted above the empty world. Cities that once glowed with human life were now only ash and broken metal. Oceans boiled for days, and the skies stayed dark. The alien commanders watched the destruction without emotion. To them, it was a clean operation, fast and final. Humans had been studied for years. They were brave but weak, creative but fragile. And now, they were finished. The lead commander sent the final report. Human resistance eliminated. The colony is erased. There are no survivors. The alien fleet slowly turned away from the dead world. They believed the war was over before it had truly begun. But far below the ruined surface, something still moved. Deep under the destroyed city, an ancient human bunker stayed alive. Its walls were cracked, its systems failing. Inside, only one human remained. He was not a soldier. He was not a hero. He was a systems operator, shaking, bleeding, and alone. Red warning lights flashed around him. The air was thin, and the temperature was dropping fast. He knew he had only minutes left. In front of him was a small terminal, old and almost forgotten. A system never meant to be used unless everything else was lost. He hesitated. He knew what this signal meant. It was not a call for help. It was a call for judgment. With trembling hands, he pressed the activation key. The signal left the planet in silence. No explosion, no bright light. Just a single pulse, moving faster than any alien scanner could detect. Above the planet, the alien fleet detected nothing. They jumped to hyperspace, confident and proud. Across the galaxy, celebrations began. Many alien races had feared humans. Others had mocked them. Now the fear was gone. The Galactic Council received the news. Humanity was declared extinct. Trade routes reopened, borders relaxed. The galaxy breathed again. But the signal kept traveling. It passed through dead systems, forgotten space, and ancient ruins, until it reached places no alien maps showed. In the dark edges of the galaxy, something answered. Old human shipyards powered on for the first time in centuries. Hidden beneath asteroids, inside stars, and beyond black holes. Human machines woke up. Artificial minds that had been sleeping listened to the signal. They did not feel anger. They did not feel sadness. They felt purpose. The message was short. One line. Humanity has fallen. That was enough. In one hidden station, a massive human vessel came to life. Its surface was dark, smooth, and silent. No flags, no markings. Only power. Deep inside the ship, systems checked themselves. Weapons unlocked that no living human had ever seen used. Plans written by minds long dead came online. This was not a fleet made for war. This was a system made for survival. Back in alien space, strange things began to happen. Outposts reported sensor errors. Energy spikes appeared and vanished. Some ships disappeared without sending a distress call. Alien commanders blamed technical problems. They believed the humans were gone. There was no one left to fight. Then, a small alien patrol near the galaxy's edge detected something impossible. A signal. Human in origin. The officers laughed at first. They said it was noise, a ghost. But the signal grew stronger, clearer. A calm human voice filled the alien bridge. "We are still here." The message repeated once. Then silence returned. The alien patrol never made another report. Far away, the human vessel continued to move. Silent, patient, unstoppable. It did not rush. It did not rage. Because humanity did not answer destruction with noise. Humanity answered with certainty. And the galaxy was about to learn the cost of believing humans were gone. The galaxy slowly returned to its normal rhythm. Alien trade ships filled the space lanes again. Stations that once feared human patrols now felt safe. Many alien leaders spoke openly about the humans. They called them brave but foolish. They said humans trusted emotion too much. They said humans had built weapons without patience. In the Galactic Council Hall, a massive chamber of light and glass, the extinction of humanity was discussed like an old problem, already solved and forgotten. One council member asked if any human worlds remained. The answer was quick. No. Another asked if any hidden colonies could exist. The room filled with quiet laughter. Humans were not known for hiding. What the council did not know was that human history was built on one rule: never show everything you have. Far from the council worlds, deep in empty space, the human vessel moved without sound. It did not use common space lanes. It bent reality just enough to pass unseen. Inside the ship, there were no living humans. Only machines. Only memory. The ship's core mind reviewed the signal again and again. It analyzed human loss across hundreds of systems. It calculated alien movement patterns. It planned without emotion. This was not revenge. This was correction. The first alien outpost to fall never understood what happened. Its shields did not fail. They were simply ignored. The station went dark in less than 1 second. No explosion. No warning. Every system stopped at once. Alien investigators later called it impossible. Energy readings made no sense. There were no weapon signatures. Soon after, another outpost vanished. Then another. Alien commanders began to argue. Some blamed sabotage. Some blamed ancient alien weapons waking up. No one said the word human. They refused to believe it. In one alien fleet, a young officer noticed a pattern. Every lost station sat near old human trade routes. Routes abandoned after the war began. He reported it to his superior. The response was cold. Humans are extinct. Do not chase shadows. The officer stayed silent. But fear stayed with him. At the edge of the galaxy, human shipyards continued to wake. Not all at once. One at a time. Each activation sent a quiet signal. A confirmation. Human systems were still connected. Weapons designed decades before the war unlocked. Not weapons of rage. Weapons of control. These tools did not destroy planets. They erased fleets. They removed threats without noise. Back in alien space, panic slowly replaced confidence. Merchant ships changed routes. Military fleets stayed closer together. Then it happened. An entire alien battle group disappeared near a binary star system. Hundreds of ships gone. No debris. No survivors. The Galactic Council called an emergency session. Voices filled the chamber. Fear now louder than pride. Sensors showed strange readings across multiple sectors. Energy that did not match any known alien technology. One elder council member finally spoke the words others feared. This feels human. The room went silent. At the same moment, across every major alien network, a signal appeared. No warning. No encryption failure. It was simply there. A human symbol formed on the screens. Old, simple, and unmistakable. Then a message followed. Calm, clear, and short. You were wrong. The signal ended. But the damage was done. Fear spread faster than any fleet. Races that once cheered human extinction now remembered old stories. Stories of human endurance. Stories of humans fighting long after defeat. The galaxy realized a terrible truth. Humanity had not answered immediately, because humans never rushed their response. And whatever was coming next would not be loud, would not be fast. It would be final. The alien fleets regrouped after the message. They no longer moved with pride. They moved with caution. Commanders ordered tighter formations. More sensors. More scans. More weapons ready at all times. Still, nothing appeared on their screens. The human vessel watched them from a distance. Close enough to strike. Far enough to remain unseen. Inside the ship, the artificial mind adjusted its plans. It did not hate the aliens. It did not fear them. It simply understood one fact. Humanity survived because it learned faster than anyone else. The first direct strike came without warning. A heavily guarded alien shipyard suddenly lost power. Thousands of ships froze in place. Alien crews shouted orders. Engineers tried to restart systems. Nothing responded. Then space itself seemed to fold. Human weapons activated not from one point, but from everywhere at once. Alien ships vanished in silence. Not destroyed. Not damaged. Removed. Those watching from far away saw empty space where fleets had been seconds before. No fire. No debris. Just absence. Panic spread across alien command channels. This was not warfare, they understood. This was not a battle. This was execution. An alien admiral ordered a full retreat. But hyperspace drives failed. Navigation systems showed false stars and broken paths. The human vessel controlled the space around them, turning their escape routes into traps. For the first time, aliens felt hunted. On one damaged alien cruiser, a senior officer reviewed old data files. Human war history. Human survival records. He found a repeated pattern. Humans always appeared weakest just before they struck hardest. The realization came too late. A human transmission entered every remaining alien ship. Clear, calm, and steady. You attacked our people. You erased our worlds. You believed that ended us. The voice paused. Not for drama, but for certainty. You were wrong. Then the human weapons activated again. Entire fleets were disabled instead of destroyed. Ships left drifting. Powerless. Silent. Human strategy was not to kill. It was to control fear. Captured alien crews waited for death that did not come. Hours passed. Then days. Instead, another message arrived. Short and cold. Remember this moment. Across the galaxy, other races watched in horror. They saw the strongest alien empire break without a final battle. Without a heroic stand. Just quiet defeat. Some races began shutting down military networks. Others sent secret messages seeking peace. All of them understood one thing. Humans had not returned to claim territory. They had returned to make a statement. Back at the destroyed human colony, the planet still drifted lifeless. But deep beneath its surface, sensors activated once more. The last human signal had not only called the fleet. It had triggered restoration protocols. Machines began rebuilding. Slowly, patiently. Humanity was not only striking back. It was preparing to rise again. In alien command space, leaders argued in fear. Some demanded total surrender. Others called for forbidden weapons. But every aggressive move was predicted. Every plan exposed before it began. The human artificial mind stayed silent. Watching. Learning. Because the next phase was not about punishment. It was about teaching the galaxy a rule it would never forget. Humans do not disappear. They adapt. They wait. And when they return, they make sure the universe remembers them forever. The galaxy was no longer calm. Fear moved faster than ships. Faster than messages. Alien worlds locked their skies. Civilian stations went dark. Military fleets stayed hidden near their home stars. No one knew where the humans would strike next. And that uncertainty was the worst weapon of all. In the Galactic Council chamber, panic replaced authority. Leaders who once spoke with pride now whispered. Some demanded surrender. Others demanded total war. But no plan survived more than a few minutes. Human systems intercepted everything. Every secret meeting. Every coded message. The humans were listening. The human vessel finally moved into open space. Not near a planet. Not near a fleet. But where the entire galaxy could see it. Sensors across hundreds of systems locked onto the same image. A single human ship. Silent, massive, and calm. Alien analysts studied it closely. The design broke every known rule. No visible weapons. No engines that made sense. It looked unfinished, like it was still evolving. A human transmission followed. Not loud, not threatening, just honest. "We are not here to conquer. We are here to correct." The words confused many, but frightened those who understood. Human ships began releasing disabled alien fleets. Not destroyed. Returned. Every released ship carried the same data package. Recordings. Images. Timelines. Proof of what happened to the human colony. Proof of who gave the order. The galaxy watched together. For the first time in its long history, alien civilians saw what their leaders had done. Cities burned. Children lost. Worlds erased. Public outrage exploded across alien space. Protests filled stations. Military loyalty began to break. Some alien leaders tried to flee. Their ships never reached hyperspace. Human control was absolute. On one world, an alien general stood before his people. He admitted the truth. He admitted fear. He said humans were not monsters. They were consequences. Meanwhile, deep inside the human vessel, the artificial mind reviewed a new signal. It came from a human restoration site. The destroyed colony was rebuilding faster than expected. Human machines worked day and night, reforming cities, repairing atmosphere. Humanity was not just surviving. It was healing. Back in alien command space, a final decision was made. A vote. One that should have happened long ago. They would surrender responsibility. They would allow humans to judge those who ordered the attack. The message was sent with shaking hands. The human response came quickly. Justice accepted. Across alien space, specific leaders vanished. Not killed. Not erased. Taken. No one knew where they were held. Only that they would never command again. The galaxy felt something new. Not fear. Not relief. Respect. For the first time, other races understood why humans had been dangerous. Not because of strength, but because of restraint. The human vessel slowly turned away from the Council worlds. Its task nearly complete. But before leaving, one final message spread across every network. We remember our dead. We rebuild our future. And we will not be erased again. Silence followed. Not the silence of fear, but the silence of understanding. The galaxy had changed forever. Not through fire. Not through conquest. But through a lesson written in patience and power. And somewhere among the stars, humanity was rising again. Stronger. Smarter. And impossible to ignore. The galaxy did not return to how it was. It could not. Too much had been seen. Too much had been learned. Alien worlds slowly reopened their skies. Ships began to travel again. But every race moved with new caution. Because somewhere beyond known space, humans were rebuilding. The destroyed human colony was no longer silent. Green life returned to the surface. Oceans cooled. Cities rose again. Not exactly the same as before. Better. Human machines worked with quiet focus. They did not rush. They did not waste effort. Every structure was stronger. Every system smarter. The galaxy watched from a distance. No one dared to interfere. Stories spread across star systems. Not as propaganda, but as warnings. Children of other races learned a new lesson. Humans were not aggressive. But humans were inevitable. On the human vessel, the artificial mind completed its final task. Threat levels across the galaxy dropped to near zero. The mission parameters shifted. From response to protection. Humans would no longer hide. But they would not rule either. They would watch. In the Galactic Council chamber, a new law was passed. No single race would ever again decide extinction. Not for humans. Not for anyone. It was called the Human Clause. No human demanded it. No human asked for recognition. It was given out of fear and respect. Years passed. Then decades. Human explorers returned to space. Not in fleets, but in small ships. They traded. They shared knowledge. They listened. And every race noticed the same thing. Humans never forgot. But they also never wasted the future on hatred. On one distant world, an alien historian finished his record of the war. He wrote one final line before closing the archive. Humanity was not saved by its weapons. It was saved by its patience. Far away, under a sky filled with stars, human children looked upward. They did not see enemies. They saw possibility. The galaxy had once believed humans were weak, then believed they were dead. Both beliefs were wrong. Because humanity did not end with fire. It did not answer loss with chaos. Humanity answered extinction with survival, with intelligence, with control. And that was why the galaxy would never forget them. Not as conquerors, not as victims, but as the species that refused to disappear. The stars kept burning. The universe kept expanding. And somewhere among it all, humanity endured. Quiet, prepared, and forever watching.